The global impact of climate change has prompted a growing number of industries to rethink how they manufacture everyday products that we use and that we eat. This includes food sources like meat. Now there is a brand new company that is getting into the business of lab-grown meat as a standard food source. They're hoping that one day it will be sold in the average supermarket. Yeah, you heard me, lab-grown meat. A new company called Atelier Meats is one of several pioneering companies that are engineering meat in a laboratory. To explain this technology is Rahim Rajwani, an investor and advisor for the company, and Dr. Joseph Freeman, a biomedical engineer from Rutgers University, who is working with Atelier to create the meat product. Thank you both for joining me today.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us on.
It's great to do this. I mean, come on, there are a lot of people who are going to be very skeptical about this. Tell me about your company, and then we'll get into the meat itself.
Yeah, no, great. So, look, thanks for having us on, and we certainly understand the skepticism, but hopefully by the end of our discussion today, it'll become a little bit more comfortable. Atelier was ultimately created to solve a number of issues. Sustainability, food source, and really dealing with the environmental impact also of livestock farming. One of the amazing benefits of all of this is also to realize that there's a way to have a sustainability solution, an environmental improvement solution, and also relieve ethical concerns surrounding animal farming and health concerns arising from animal-borne diseases and the overuse of antibiotics. And so that's ultimately, our mission as a company and why we were ultimately excited to launch the company together.
So I'm looking at the meat. It looks like regular meat, but how does this work? I'm a consumer, I'm a meat eater, but just how does this work in the laboratory? How do you do this?
Well, it's based on a lot on technology that we've been working on for decades. If you've thought about the area of tissue engineering and regenerative medicine, people have been trying to grow muscle, ligaments, tendon, and cartilage in labs for replacement for people who've suffered severe trauma or had tissue removed for cancer for years. And so what we're doing now is taking that technology, combining it with some of Atelier's proprietary technology, and taking kind of something that we would normally try to use for replacement and actually growing it for human consumption.
All right, so are there bones? Do we see blood? Does it look like regular meat?
It is regular meat. So in our bodies have cells that grow into muscle, and cows and chickens and other animals that we consume. Their cells grow into muscle and fat, and then when the animals are sacrificed for our consumption, that meat is cooked and it's eaten. We do the same thing in a lab. We take those cells, we grow them into the tissues like muscle and fat, and then these clean tissues are then packaged and then will be shipped off for people to eat.
So can you grow like chicken? Can you grow lamb? Can you grow fish?
Yeah, I mean, with the right cells and the right scaffolds, there really isn't a limit in terms of what we can grow.
And are we talking, do we have bones? I'm sorry, I have a ton of questions, and I know a lot of people watching right now. Can I throw it on the grill? Will it taste like my regular old meat that I'm grilling?
Yes, you can throw it on the grill. Like I said, it's pretty much, we follow some of the same processes that animals, their animals' bodies follow when they produce the muscle that becomes our steak, that becomes our ribeye, that becomes our chicken legs and chicken wings. It's the same sort of thing. So the meat will be the same. You can throw it on the grill. It'll have the same taste. Right now, I believe we're working on things that are without bones right now, but I've heard that the future is to even include meats with bones as well. And that's another area that regenerative medicine has been working on for years. So just combining that with this technology is something that we can do.
All right, who are you marketing this to? I know the concept of protecting animals while protecting the environment appeals to some consumers like animal rights activists, hardcore vegans, and the like. Is that who you're hoping to attract primarily?
Yeah, it's a very good question, and ultimately the demographic of the end user and the consumer is very broad. It appeals to not only vegans and current meat eaters, but also has the benefit of being able to convert people who have stopped eating meat for the ethical concerns or due to health concerns of the meat they were purchasing. So, in our technology, we have the ability to not only adjust the macros, so the amount of fat, the amount of marbling, the amount of protein that's actually in the meat. But as Dr. Joseph mentioned earlier in the segment, we have that ability to also grow meat that has bone in it at some point. And so, that's where Atelier, we have that ability through our patent pending technologies. And so that's where Atelier really is a differentiator as far as companies out there that are currently chasing this type of technology. We ultimately are going to grow T-bone steaks, ribs, whatever you can find in your current store right now, at the butcher right now, or at wherever you purchase meat. We certainly have a goal to accomplish that as well, and have that ability for you to purchase it, no different from what you do now.
Okay, well, I don't know if you changed anyone's minds out there, if you opened up people's minds out there, but this was just a way for us to look at something a little differently. Gentlemen, thank you for having you. Thank you for being here today. I'm sorry, my mind is still trying to wrap around all that you just told us, but it's very fascinating, though. Good to have you here.
Thank you for having us.
Welcome to the lab.